Top 10 Tinnitus Treatments. If you are suffering from tinnitus and have a tinnitus-related condition, you know very well that finding reliable tinnitus treatment is like discovering a gold mine. The stress of dealing with this disorder can lead you to the point that the only thing you desire out of life is a few minutes of tranquil, blissful silence. The only issue? Well, it seems that most tinnitus treatments are a bit unpredictable. Of course, everyone's body is different, therefore each treatment will be tailored to the individual's severity level. But, one thing to note is that every treatment listed in this top 10 list have a group of advocates who claim that this approach allowed them to finally beat tinnitus and gain heavenly peace and silence. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to tinnitus treatments, but not to worry, all is not lost because in this video we are also going to be giving away our free tinnitus remedies ebook containing all natural remedies. And you can download our free guide at the end of this video. Here are the top 10 treatment options for tinnitus. White noise. In some people's experience, white noise is able to reduce the ringing of tinnitus. This effectively cancels out the tinnitus because it kind of interrupts the annoying sounds so that your brain doesn't fixate on it. The issue with this method is that regardless of whether it performs as claimed, it's impossible to introduce the white noise in your brain all day long. Homeopathic remedies. There are many organic and natural, or homeopathic powders and blends available in vegetarian markets or the independent health stores. The success rates reported aren't the greatest, so, if you decide to choose to go this route, be sure that what you buy and consume is safe. You must ensure that you're dealing with a trusted brand. These kinds of powders and pills aren't regulated by the FDA, so it's really up to the consumer to research the products before using them. Lifestyle changes. Staying away from lifestyle factors that could trigger the condition, such as loud and stressful environments, can be helpful in managing or preventing tinnitus. While it is known that prolonged exposure to loud noises could damage the ear in different ways, but the idea of stress being a potential culprit is often overlooked. Blood pressure medication. There are a few reports of symptoms of tinnitus diminishing for those who begin taking blood pressure medicine. But this may also be due to a general reduction in stress levels. This makes sense because in this particular case the tinnitus appeared as a result of stress. Antidepressants. The use of antidepressants comes from early tinnitus treatment practices in the past when the medical community first considered tinnitus to be a mental illness, which is why it's a non-palatable treatment for some tinnitus sufferers. However, tricyclic antidepressants have actually been used to make some significant progress in treating the disorder. A few examples of antidepressants that have produced satisfactory results include nortriptyline and the benzodiazepines. Magnesium or zinc supplements. There's no evidence-based research to prove the efficacy of magnesium or zinc supplements. However, many people with this disorder have attributed their relief to the use of magnesium and zinc. Ginkgo biloba. There are many advocates of ginkgo biloba who claim that it helped alleviate their tinnitus cases. However, there hasn't been enough research done on this Chinese herb. Additionally, there are those who claim that ginkgo biloba did not help their condition. There are more supplements on the market that are including ginkgo biloba, and it is used as a major selling point as it is gaining more favor with people as a miracle herb with many beneficial properties. Speaking of herbs, ginkgo biloba is an ancient Asian plant used in a variety of natural remedies because of its rich medicinal properties. However, it is not the only herb that works as a tinnitus treatment. You can find more tinnitus relief methods and information in our free ebook, which you can download at the end of this video. Acupuncture. Acupuncture has been found to have immediate diminishing effects on the buzzing and ringing inside the ears of tinnitus sufferers. Additionally, in some instances, the effects appear to last for a long time, likely because of a reduction in stress overall. However, there are some disadvantages to using acupuncture as a tinnitus treatment. For one, acupuncture is required to be repeated in order to maintain the relief. Additionally, the thought of needles getting stuck in their bodies is a bit frightening for many. Also, if you don't live in a metropolitan area, it may be quite difficult to locate an experienced and reliable acupuncturist. Hypnosis. Hypnosis is another option that is backed by people's success stories. However, there is no evidence from science. It is logical that hypnosis can be utilized as in tinnitus treatment because it addresses the stress-related root cause, but there isn't any evidence that suggests there is anything more than this. Therapy. Therapy is suggested for those suffering from tinnitus in order to deal with the emotional repercussions caused by the disease. Some people are affected by extreme emotional stress that, when combined with all-night sleeplessness and stress, they may be close to mental breakdown. Stress is one of the main triggers for tinnitus. It just makes the buzzing and ringing more intense and then causes the emotional turmoil to escalate more, turning the whole situation into a vicious cycle. Therefore, therapy helps tremendously in this case. Finally, what can you take away from all this? Well, it's clear that the traditional tinnitus treatments are effective. However, as it turns out, each treatment has different degrees of effectiveness for different people. But they all have worked for people who used them and continue to use them. Do you want to enjoy absolute and complete freedom from tinnitus? Do you wish to unwind and live your life to the fullest, to sleep soundly at night, to experience the same thing that many others consider to be a normal thing, peace and silence? This might seem unbelievable, but freedom from tinnitus is indeed possible. There's hope. Download our free Tinnitus Remedies ebook in the description below and get started on your road to recovery and freedom from tinnitus, once and for all. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos with tips to help you get rid of tinnitus and more. And we'll see you in the next video.